Friendzies, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about how cool words and language are. Specifically English, just like phrases kind of people say in English, and the only reason I thought of this video is I said something to my mom one day and then stopped and was like, wait, why do people say that? Why is that like a common thing that people say? And the phrase that it was I tasted something that like she had bought or something like that, and I went, this tastes like ass. And like, we know, when we say things like that, we know that it means that it tastes bad. Like whatever this thing is, it tastes bad. But why do we specifically say that? Why do we specifically say this tastes like ass? I know that's a thing that people do. So I know that there probably is an actual taste for that. This is going in a weird direction. But like, why is that a common thing that people say, like, to each other just out in the world? I think it's very interesting how human beings have just come up with, I guess you could say slang is maybe like the correct area to put it in. I think it's very interesting that human beings have come up with slang that just means something that all of us understand. It's not like a dictionary definition kind of thing, it's just like a phrase that we get, like it tastes like ass. We know what that means. Everybody's like, ah man, that stinks, like remind me not to have any, and then we move on. I have cat hair in my chapstick. And just, like other things I do, when I describe things sometimes, it's like very uncomfortably specific. And in reality, what I'm saying to describe this is just like a jumble of words, adjectives, nouns, verbs that for like shouldn't go together, because like I said, uncomfortably specific sometimes. It's a jumble of words that probably shouldn't go together because it's very like daunting and strange and people are like, why did you say it like that? But they always know exactly what I mean because I say it and they have that moment of being uncomfortable and then they're like, oh wait, you're right. It's just really interesting and funny to me. Human beings as creatures are just weird anyway. Everything about us is like very strange. So I think it's just, I think the title of this video is, if I'm right, it'll be, you know, the title of the video. I think I wanted to call it Humans Are Weird, Language is Cool. Because it's true! Language is really cool and humans are very strange, and somehow the two blend together and we are able to communicate, whether that's for better or worse. Some of the things that I've said in the past that are like uncomfortably specific is one time at work I smelled a candle that we had like laying around and I sniffed it and was like, I did like, I think I did like the, do you say kombucha? Is that how you pronounce it? I did that like, that girl, the girl, like that new meme. I did like her faces basically. I like sniffed it and I was like, no. Well, like, and this was a couple years ago. I smelled it and people were like, oh, I can't really tell if I like it or not. And I sat there for a minute and then sniffed it again. And I was like, this is like when you visit your very elderly, like your great grandmother's house. And when you go in the bathroom to wash your hands, you're like 5 years old and you're in the bathroom and her teeth are in a cup on the counter and they're not in water, they're in that weird gelatin thing, and she doesn't have just like top row dentures or bottom row dentures, she has both, and they're just suspended in that gelatin and you're looking at it afraid that if anything happens they're gonna like toward you and kill you. And everybody I worked with that was like standing around smelling the candle were like, excuse me? And then I was like, smell it again and tell me I'm wrong. So they're all like, they're like, I don't even have a great-grandmother and I can feel exactly what you said. And that's just it. That's a very strange combination of words. But it puts, for some reason, it put people in that exact situation that I described. I don't know, I think I had more I wanted to talk about in this video, but it's kind of escaping me right now. But just think about things you say in your day-to-day life and think about what in your head they mean. And then anybody that's like close to you, like friends, family, coworkers, whatever, when you say that, they know exactly what you mean, even though that is not a phrase that they say themselves. And that's what I think is wicked cool about this. It's not necessarily something that everyone says, or it is phrases that everybody says, but then you have to question, why does everyone say that, and why do we all understand that? And in the other situation, why do I say that, but they know exactly what I'm thinking in my head when I say it? Communication is cool, language is cool, humans are weird. This has been a weird video. Talking to a camera where nobody can interrupt me is cathartic for me. That's this week's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Anybody peep my Euphoria style glitter?